Here's one you probably scrolled right past. A study just made headlines with a big claim. People who speak 4 languages have brains that look 13 years younger than those who speak just 1. That's a real number from a real study, but the framing skips something important. Let's break down what the evidence actually says, what it doesn't, and what you can actually do with it. First, the study is real. It was presented at the Federation of European Neuroscience Societies Forum 2026 in Barcelona, led by Dr. Lucia Amoruso from the Basque Center on Cognition, Brain and Language in San Sebastian, Spain. Collaborators from the Latin American Brain Health Institute, the University of San Andres in Argentina, and the Global Brain Health Institute at Trinity College Dublin. It was picked up by The Guardian, EurekAlert, Neuroscience News, and multiple science outlets. So this is not a viral hoax. It's peer adjacent, presented at a legitimate international neuroscience conference. Here's what they actually did. The researchers scanned 728 people using magnetoencephalography, called MEG. That's a technique that measures the tiny magnetic fields produced when your brain cells fire. They fed the results into an AI model to build a brain aging clock, essentially a map of what normal brain connectivity looks like at every chronological age. Then they took a second group of 144 people from the Basque region of Spain, chosen because that population naturally speaks between 1 and 4 languages: Spanish, Basque, French, and English. They ran their brains through the clock and compared predicted brain age to real age. Here are the actual numbers, straight from the study. Monolinguals were the baseline. People who spoke 2 languages had brains that looked about 6 years younger. 3 languages, 7 years younger. 4 languages, 13 years younger. It's a gradient, not a switch. And the researchers were clear. It wasn't just the number of languages that mattered. Higher fluency and earlier acquisition, meaning learning a second language in childhood, were also independently associated with slower brain aging. So this compounds with the study I covered last week, where UChicago used a similar AI brain age approach to predict dementia risk. Same underlying technique applied to a different question. Now, the honest caveat, because this is Meshcast and we verify claims, we don't just repeat them. The researchers themselves said they controlled for age, sex, and education, but they explicitly could not rule out other factors that might influence the brain, like lifestyle and social engagement. Professor Yves Hogervorst at Loughborough University put it even more directly. Quote, "It may be the case that people who speak multiple languages also engage in healthier lifestyles or have better access to other protective environments and activities like reading, lifelong learning, and playing musical instruments." That's the correlation versus causation warning, and it's real. The 13-year number is a genuine association. Whether learning a 4th language causes 13 years of brain age reduction is a different, unanswered question. There's also a methodological detail worth naming. This was presented at a conference, not yet published as a peer-reviewed paper. Conference presentations are where science shows its work early. It doesn't mean the finding is wrong, it means it hasn't finished the full validation pipeline. The related paper covering 27 European countries and 86,000 adults is published. The specific 728 plus 144 brain scan study is at the conference stage. So the honest read is strong signal, credible team, real methodology, publication pending. So what can you actually do with this? Dr. Amoruso's own recommendation and Professor Christina Dalla at the University of Athens, who commented on the study, both said the same thing. It's worth learning a language at any age. The strongest effect happens with early childhood acquisition and deep fluency, but the researchers were clear that any language learning that engages your brain in effortful learning is beneficial. Combine that with what we already know keeps the brain healthy: not smoking, eating well, staying physically active, staying socially engaged, and challenging your brain regularly. Multilingualism is one lever. It joins a set of levers you can actually pull. And if brain health or memory matters to you personally, either for yourself or for someone you love, my free mental health resources at We4Free are linked in the description below. Thanks for watching Meshcast. I'll see you in the next one.